This is for the second recording of the Spaceship Series. The AI Talk Box cuts off communication with Jason. The AI Talk Box is like a portable box Jason has with him in his location, and he uses it to update the AI on his programming. But the Talk Box cut off communication. Jason remembers earlier that it might have cut off communication because he had looked over some information that had been put into the AI machine, and some of the information wasn't his, so he scrubbed that communication, and this must have alerted someone to something happening, and they must have blocked the advised the AI to block the talk box. And also in the second recording, the garden center had been locked because it was meant to be locked on the second captain thought it should be locked on the final week instead of the second week before. It was locked because they usually do it for security, but it was there are people who had plants which they had to take care of the plants themselves to give the plants a longer chance of surviving till they get to the planet. But because the plants had to arrive later than the second week, had to arrive on the final week, they were not happy with the garden center being locked, so they told the captain that if the garden center is still locked, I'll not be able to get my plants in there, so I might as well not go on the trip. So the second captain arranged for the garden center to be open so that the plants can be put there, and the scientists can fly on the mission they were scheduled on. Jason asked the captain about Cargo Bay 4 because he can see some computing going in there, and he did not understand what was there. It was quite a lot of computing, and it was in certain times. It wasn't like when everyone was awake, so he thought it was a little bit suspicious, but the captain told him he cannot discuss Cargo Bay 4, but was told Jason, thanks for bringing it to my attention. So he was always on the lookout for anything that might be going wrong in Cargo Bay 4. I'll think of other things I haven't said, but there's a little bit more about recording 2 is where Jason goes to the space center halfway in the second week and enjoys the calmness, because most people are going out because it's their last chance to kind of see family or people they know or areas they'd like to visit before they go off to another planet. And it's a 2-year mission, so it's a year to get to the planet, and then a few months, and then a year to get back. So it's quite important for people flying out on this week, and this week Jason prefers, because if he falls asleep and wakes up shouting like in the cinema, no one will not many people will see him do that, so he feels comfortable about just moving about and not having to worry about the nightmares he gets. The data, the hard disks, the IT person takes to the spaceships for using to be part of the AI computer is like a hard disk drive, but not metallic. It's like a solid state drive, and it's black, and it's made to be like it can't be damaged by anything. But there's two types. There's one where it's black, it's not showing any information, and there's one where it's got lights on it, so you can read what is inside the drive when it's been plugged in and the right codes put to it, so you can start reading through the lights what inside the drive and what information is inside the drive. But the black ones are usually for like things which are important for the ship, so no one should be able to read what it's showing inside. Only if you plug into it and you have the right access codes, you can look through what's in the disk drive. So this is what the IT person puts into the disk drives and doesn't make a mistake. When he gets to the space station with the drives, the ones which have been accepted or been allowed by the AI machine have got like a mark on them, like a not like a watermark, more like a print mark on them that can't be removed. So he knows that those are the ones which have been allowed, and for the other ones he'll have to find a way to input it into the AI machine once they've launched. But here, when he gives them these drives, some of them are rejected, but he's confused because they have already been accepted. Now they were being rejected, but not very many, maybe 2 or 3. So he's starting to think, okay, something has gone seriously wrong. Another one was allowing having, like, you'd put a sample of your blood if you're not feeling well, and with this was used to customize your food, like improve some nutrients, like some vitamins. But this was rejected, and it was a little bit odd because it was something that could be medical, and the AI computer should not do this. So he added it to the list as to why this can happen, and they discussed it later with the second in command. The third rejection was for it was for a way to prioritize your power resources. Like if you're doing something which was important, you'd be able to book in, and the ship would give you more power to, like, power a rapid prototype machine or something. But this his long work of finding out what the different people in the ship were doing and customizing their power needs, and then saying that they should have this percentage if they need power. They are more important for them to get the power, so this was also rejected. But later on, after speaking with the second in command, they were able to change this. But suspicion from that started growing, like pointing to the IT person. In day 3, the IT person goes to the captain and says, "Oh, captain, could you tell me what's in cargo bay 4?" And the captain replies, "I cannot discuss what's in cargo bay 4 or any of the other cargo bays, but you can go in, and if you are able to access through the door, and you can see what it is." But later, when the captain starts falling ill, he doesn't manage, but he looks like he's written R4, and when the second in command captain comes in place, the IT person shows him what the captain had written and says, "Is there any chance of you telling me what's in cargo bay 4? Because I have there's serious IT, like there's serious computing which is going into that unit, and I don't know why that is." But the second in command captain immediately doesn't trust the IT person and gets him to run around fixing different things and even breaking some things and getting the IT person to fix them. And the IT person finally says, "Okay, don't break any more things. I know some of the things should be working and they've been put out of place, but I won't ask you about any questions if that's why you're doing this." And the captain replies, captain looks at him in wonder and then goes, "Okay, it's a terraforming device that's in cargo bay 4. And then the person goes, the IT person goes, "But is it off or is it constantly on? Or maybe that's too many questions. Why should you ask that?" "Because of the amount of computing and power resources that are draining through the place and being controlled from outside the place. I'm assuming there's someone not in there." "No, there shouldn't be anyone in there, but someone is controlling, yet someone is trying. Well, I've seen some things." "Okay, so this might be the issue." "Okay, what happened to the captain might not be something so simple. So this makes the picture a little bit clearer."